phone conversations were perfectly private, maybe not. The National Security Agency has tripled its collection of phone records and text messages since 2016, according to a new report. They collected 534 million records. 534 million phone calls and text messages.
Yeah, and this is a spike that coincides with reports that there's been an increase in other surveillance methods as well, raising concerns of potential government overreach into the lives of ordinary citizens.
All right, this morning, an historic liftoff on the West Coast. The Atlas V rocket launched from California's Vandenberg Air Force Base. This is the first interplanetary launch from the West Coast.
And it's the first time NASA has launched a robotic lander designed entirely for studying below the surface of Mars, deep below. The major mission for the Mars InSight lander is to look at the red planet structure to better understand the evolution of rocky planets. Well, retired NASA astronaut Leroy Chiao is with us now. Thank you so much, Mr. Chiao, for being here. First and foremost, many people might look at this and say, why does it matter that the launch was on the West Coast? What was the advantage there?
Well, the advantage from launching from the West Coast as opposed to the East Coast is that you can put a spacecraft into a higher inclination orbit. That is, you want to try to avoid flying over populated areas. So I'm guessing that this probe needed a very specific inclination launch, and so that's why it launched from the West Coast.
Gotcha. Here's one thing, little tidbit that's interesting. As I understand it, it's going to take nearly 7 months to reach Mars. So that would put it there around November 26th. They want to examine the core, the mantle, the crust of Mars. What are they hoping they will learn from that planet that they can then learn about Earth?
Well, as you know, we've had rovers on Mars for quite a number of years now. They've been sending back stunning photographs and wonderful scientific data, but we've literally just scratched the surface of Mars. So what this spacecraft will do, it'll take a look deeper into the planet itself. And it's got different instruments on it. One instrument's going to be a seismometer. It's going to measure for vibrations to see if Mars has earthquakes or Marsquakes, I guess. And that'll tell us a lot about the interior of Mars and whether it has tectonic plates like the Earth. And another instrument's going to measure the temperature inside. It's going to drill down and measure the temperature inside of the planet. So that's very important. And then another instrument is going to test the wobble, see how much Mars's axis is wobbling, and that's very important because that'll help determine whether or not Mars has a liquid core similar to the Earth's, and if not, or if it has a smaller one, that'll help explain why Mars's magnetic fields went away. And so this is really going to help complete, not totally complete, but it'll help fill in a lot of the gaps that we don't yet know about Mars. So it's a very exciting mission.
Yeah, Leroy, I know that you, as a retired astronaut, you're probably watching this. Do you ever get that inclination that you'd like to go back up? And do you think that we will ever see somebody step on Mars?
Well, I'm hopeful. I would love to explore Mars, go back up into space to go explore the moon or Mars. I've had almost 229 or 230 days in low Earth orbit, so I've certainly had a lot of experience there. And I'm hopeful that we will send someone to Mars, but unfortunately, I like to say we've been 20 years from Mars since 1969. Back during Apollo 11, we were sure in 20 years we were going to have people on Mars, and that kind of keeps steadily getting kicked. The can keeps getting steadily kicked down the road. So it's going to take, we have the technology. It's going to take that political and capital, commitment, the investment of the dollars to do that. And I'm hopeful that there'll be an international coalition that will find that worthwhile, politically and otherwise, to do that together.
All right. Yeah, I would have to think that you'd be sitting there as a retired astronaut thinking, I just want to go up there. Leroy Chiao, thank you so much for the conversation today.
Well,
my pleasure. Thank you.
Sure.
Next hour, we are live in Hawaii, where the sun.
Now, YouTube viewers, one of the other reasons I recorded this for you was I have often wondered if there was life on another planet, and I would like to know what you think. This video is going to YouTube and Facebook, so to people who see me on both platforms, please let me know what you think in the comments below on either platform. Thank you.